and welcome to another episode of Mr. Puzzle. And today's episode will not be about a puzzle review, it will be about making a puzzle. And to make this happen, xTool provided me with their laser cutter xTool S1. Powerful device, and according to xTool, safe to operate, easy to operate. Also for beginners, I consider myself being a beginner in laser cutting. And they were also so kind, including their air purifier as well as their air assist. More about this later when I switch into my garage and I thought about, what could I build with this device? Well, what could I build? Of course, it will be a puzzle. It will be a puzzle some of you might know. It's called Dirty Dozen, designed by Jerry Liu. And I'm gonna switch now from my recording desk so that you can join my first trials operating this device. So let's just jump over and get it on. So this is the device. Welcome to my garage. Okay, so my bike's over there. Just natural lighting, no studio setup, nothing. Just me and my new laser cutter in here. And one thing I would like to mention in the beginning is all these safety features xTool put inside, because this device, even if it's very powerful, has actually a laser class 1 rating. And this comes because of this cover here. There is a very powerful laser inside here with 40 watt. Definitely harmful, therefore always keep in mind that this is a production machine, okay? Therefore always follow the safety instruction of those devices. However, it comes with this cover, and this cover with those ribs interfering with the frame does not leave any laser beams outside of this housing, which is absolutely safe to operate. You do not need to wear any safety glasses or goggles with laser protection, nothing like this, for example. Any way you want, it has some sensors inside, so as soon as you lift the lid, it will instantly stop. So it's even safe to people if they come around randomly. They do not need to wear glasses, so it's a cool detail. This is the 40 watt. It consists 8 diode lasers that are focused all together, and it can engrave out of the box pretty much all materials except transparent materials, which you need to treat before that the laser can focus the surface. It comes, by the way, with this set of materials so that you can try a bit. Different types of materials, different types of wood, some metal plates and so on, that you can try engraving those. And due to its power, it can also cut most of these materials, especially wood and plastics, until a thickness of about 10 to 50 millimeters, depending on the material. And this also is why I do not use this stuff here today. Today I will start directly with something serious. This is 10 millimeter MDF. I also got some additional devices. This is a purifier here, which filters the air, so you can blow out the air to the rear, of course, into the environment. But you could also, this purifier here, so the exhaust is sucked out by the purifier, which is quite powerful, as you can hear if I turn it on. And then it's filtered through several layers of filters. You've also got this device here. This device is the so-called air assist. It's a little compressor here inside. You can turn it also on in different levels or an automatic mode. And what it does basically, it does create a airstream that goes in through this hose here into the laser head and comes out through the nozzle together with the laser beam, and it's blown away all the fumes and everything from the area where the laser is operating. This is also quite a cool feature because it reduces definitely the burn around the cut area. And I will explain you some more features I'm using during the production, but this episode is also about the making and the production of a puzzle. And for this example, I picked Jerry Liu's Dirty Dozen because it's perfect to make it on a laser cut, okay? It consists out of 12 identical pieces that then need to be assembled in a very impressive way, and also resulting in a very impressive kind of puzzle. Pretty cool geometry. I prepared a 3D model for this, okay? I did it in Fusion 360, which is actually quite simple since we're talking about 12 equal pieces, all look the same. So I start with a square, create 6 cutouts to the square, dimension everything, create the cutouts, then turning this 2-dimensional object in a 3-dimensional object by using an extrusion. And then I decided to add some additional design elements, which I removed later on because I was not sure if it gonna make the part too weak.
Also important to mention is I created a fully parametric model, means with a change of one number I can scale this model to any size I want depending on the sheet metal size, which is quite good. If I want to scale it later on to different types of materials with different thicknesses, I just need to change one number and I have a finalized model, which is quite handy.
This model was now turned out of Fusion into a vector file, and we will now transfer it to xTool Creative Space, which is the software coming with the device from xTool. Pretty handy software.
It comes also with a grid feature where you can create a test grid to evaluate the best settings for cutting it. And yes, one comes also with a measuring feature, which is measuring the thickness of the material to optimize and calibrate the laser to the correct distance, which is a great and easy way. Framing the area where it will be printed later on.
A success, I think. So this is the next try. Same grid as the first one, this one here, but this time with 2 passes. And you can see with 2 passes I got some of the material removed, like so. Yes. So, and now we're gonna turn this piece of wood into a puzzle.
As I mentioned, I removed this inner structure again because I wasn't sure if it's gonna make the part too weak. Then I just created a 3x4 grid, which is easy in the software, super easy, and then I was ready to make my first puzzle.
Okay, and here is the result of all this effort. A 10mm big-sized version of Jerry Lou's Dirty Dozen. The perfect design for a laser cut puzzle. And if you don't know, Dirty Dozen consists of 12 equal parts, all are the same, and they need to be assembled in a structure like a grid pattern, which looks amazing when it's assembled. The parts itself, they turned out pretty well. As you can see, they fit each other. I could have given them slightly more free play, maybe not being able to move by themselves, but I need to push them. But this is actually my design. If I make it again, I would give them more play. Also, if I make it again, I would make them a thinner material or acrylic material. However, now let's get it on. Let's assemble this puzzle and let's see how it turns out when it is assembled. Here we go, and it is in, and the puzzle is complete. The self-made laser cut puzzle is complete, and look at this. This is what I meant. It will look cool when assembled, because all these pieces are basically loose. They are falling in and out of the puzzle if you turn it around, but they cannot escape the interlocking with the other pieces. This is pretty cool, and it works better than I expected. And by the way, this is how some hands must look like, some serious puzzling action, right? So this is Jerry Lou's Dirty Dozen, made by Mr.Puzzle with his new laser cutter, xTool's S1. And by the way, I took the chance of my parametric model. I explained this earlier. What's the advantage? And I shrink this down to this little piece here. This is made of acrylic, cut out of a piece of acrylic. Here you can see how precise this cutting actually is. If you look at the edges, this looks flawless. And it works quite well, as even better as the big one, to be honest. And I just changed one number to change from this size to this size. This is the advantage of a parametric model. I hope you liked this episode, joining me on my first laser cutting and puzzle making experience. Maybe some more things to come in the future. If yes, leave a like, comment below. A big thank you to xTool for providing me with the xTool S1. That's it for today, and until next time, keep on puzzling.